everybody. Welcome back for another amazing week of setup. Okay, so before I start, the whole previously on whatever part of the beginning of the show was so epic, and it had me so hype for this whole episode. And like by the time the theme song came on, I was like, yes, this is gonna be awesome. And then the episode happened, and I was legitimately let down because almost literally nothing happened. The best part of the episode wasn't even shown. You'll see. So let's break it down. They start off with Lady Crane, who took some acting advice from Macy Williams. She got everybody in tears. I thought she was about to get murdered in this scene, but no, it's just Arya, who's come to bleed all over everything. I will just say that the fact that this was Arya and she was really stabbed makes the scene last week extra bizarre because it was real and it had I feel like it had all of us kind of like, what is this? Maybe it was a different director of photography. I'm not sure. I didn't really pay attention to the credits, but something was different definitely last week that threw us all off. We do find out that good old Bianca, the person that asked for Lady Crane to get murdered, got roughed up so much that her face is irreparable or something. What I liked about this is that Arya, like, really considered being an actress for just a second. Like, her first answer wasn't, no, I can't run off with you guys to be an actress. It was, oh, I don't know if I'd be really good at it. So I thought that was kind of cute. Something interesting to take away from this was her reference to what is west of Westeros, the edge of the world. If you look at Westeros and Essos, I guess, and like the Dothraki, all of that over there, it kind of has a similar shape and size of like the UK, Great Britain, all of that, and then Europe over here, or backwards, I don't know. So it's interesting to think that there's a whole rest of the continent, maybe over here, down here, all the way over there, that is left to discover, at least for these people. The thing is that they brought this up seemingly out of nowhere, and I think it's perhaps planting the seed that we will eventually go to what's west of Westeros, at least before the end of the show. I am definitely a worst case scenario type of girl, and I always jump to the ugliest possible conclusion. So what I thought was, okay, why are they talking about west of Westeros? What if the White Walkers do win, and then the survivors of this great battle sail west to what's west of Westeros to start a new continent and conquer the people live there? Or best case scenario, they win. It's a little bit more far-fetched, that Daenerys will conquer Westeros, then uniting all the kingdoms against the White Walkers, they win, and then the people that have like nothing left to lose in this kingdom, like that maybe died in the battle, for example, Arya in this case, if she loses Jon Snow and Sansa, then she doesn't really have much of anything else left in Westeros. So they could send her and a bunch of other people that don't care west to begin conquering whatever is over there. Again, that's reaching, but I really think it's weird that they would just bring it up, and it's important, I think, that they mentioned it at all. So just throwing some thoughts out there. Next, we run into those random dudes who are practicing kissing or something, and okay, even if the fingers in the booty ass bitch guy was joking, that other one was totally like into it. He was like, all right, yeah, show me. He was totally about to kiss him, which is hilarious. And then Shabang, the hound, comes in, no questions asked, starts chopping people down with his axe, and how that dude was even talking with his guts on the ground, I don't know. But yeah, he killed him. He's on his path to the Brotherhood, which we'll see later. So some more bad news. Varys is leaving back to Westeros. which is so stupid because I don't want it. Okay, like, he definitely disappeared the night that Tywin was murdered. That's the last time anybody's seen him, which made him a prime suspect in that whole situation, and especially not welcome or okay with the Lannisters, which were kind of his buddies back in the day. And given his previous distaste for religious fanatics and his rumored sexual interest, I doubt that he's gonna have any sort of pull with the current ruler, which is the High Sparrow and all of those religious fanatics. So where exactly is he going to find these ships? Okay, reach with me some more, will you? Back in season 3, Varys sought out Lady Olenna, the Queen of Thorns, for some assistance with the whole Sansa situation, like what they were going to do with her. Those plans were thwarted by Littlefinger, obviously. So now, the Queen of Thorns is at odds with Cersei because of what she has caused to happen to both Loras and Marjorie. Loras still has to go to trial. So we know for a fact that Tyrells are not going to let Loras go that easily. And we know that Lady Olenna is not going to team up with Cersei. So who do we know that hates the Lannisters almost as much as she does right now? Well, okay, a lot of people hate the Lannisters, but I'm alluding to the Dornishmen. Now, Dorne and Highgarden have had their differences, but alliances tend to form when there is a common enemy. In this case, the Lannister and overall King's Landing. Now, who is better than uniting people than Varys? Remember how the Queen of Thorns was writing a letter in that scene when Cersei came to see her and right before she was about to leave? Well, what if that letter was writing to Varys? And, I mean, this episode, immediately after we see her writing this letter, all of a sudden, Varys is going to Westeros? It's a little convenient. And I actually have some legitimate in real life evidence to back this one up. So I found an article from Spain, posted in October of 2015, that showed just who was in town for filming at that time. Now, luckily, your girl knows Spanish and can read, but regardless, the picture itself is worth 1,000 words. Yes, that is Varys and Lady Olenna together, in a place where they filmed the scenes from Dorne. The article even says, specifically, that the actress who play Arya and Doran Martell are both also in town, at the same time. Boom. 911 now! So, now, Doran is dead, but Arya and Varys are very much, and Lady Olenna are very much not. It doesn't make sense that they would just randomly be at the same place and at the same time as they were starting filming for this season that we're watching right now. You know, I don't know. It just makes sense when you look at it like that. So maybe not next episode, just given what has been shown that's going to happen next episode, but perhaps the last one, we'll see glimpses of Martell and Tyrell uniting against the Lannisters and King's Landing to take back the city from the High Sparrow and all those religious people, which is actually going to be really badass. So I'm down with this. Not to mention it's a chance to salvage the whole Dornish plot, which in my opinion has just, we're not gonna go there. But yeah. Speaking of King's Landing, Cersei is accosted by the monks, who are trying to force her to go talk to the High Sparrow, but Cersei is stubborn, and Homeboy said, "I command you," which is probably the stupidest thing to say to Cersei's face, because it's Cersei. And what do you know, the Mountain puts him in a chokehold. You know, you can see him as he's like, oh shit, like I done goofed, and the Mountain lets him go and throws him on the floor, and I was like, okay, it's just a threat. But no, the Mountain just goes over there and, yes, literally rips his head off. I literally jumped. It was insane. It was like, oh, gross, no. So Cersei won this tiny little power struggle, which is gonna come back to bite her in the ass, of course, like everything else. A reunion time. First we have Bronn and Pod, this is so adorable. Honestly, Pod is so cute, and he has like these cute little cheeks. I don't know. Bronn is showing him some of his manly techniques. It's nice manly bonding. It was so nice little comic relief from the seriousness that happens in the show. And then we cut to some more seriousness, which is the Brienne and Jaime reunion. Jaime is smart and knows how to justify himself, but it's Brienne, and Brienne is honorable to a T, and Jaime can't argue with what is honorable. You know, he aspires to be honorable, and I think that he sees Brienne as the embodiment of honor. So he can't argue with her when she's saying that this is right, you know, this is the right thing to do. So he's gonna let her go in and talk to the Blackfish. And Jaime's just secretly a good guy. We all know this. Okay. Honestly, I don't understand why the Blackfish refused to give up the castle. In fact, it actually was like a little irritating because, okay, they say they have 2 years worth of provisions, okay? So Jaime is going to let this army go up north. Why don't they just hide 75% of those provisions in their saddlebags or whatever before leaving, you know? Just go, like, be like, okay, all right, Jaime, we're gonna go leave the castle, but we're gonna go straight from here to the north. Don't check our shit, we're just gonna leave. And take 75% of that. And then the Lannister army is like, all right, Freys, here you go. And then they go back to King's Landing because that's what Jaime wants. And then it's just the Freys left, and the Freys are the biggest pussies in Westeros. So then they can come back after they finish helping Sansa win the war for the North, and take the castle easily. It's just, duh. Like, I honestly would be the best war strategist of all time, so, duh. Okay, so Kevin Lannister is so obnoxious. Like, I honestly hate that I'm siding with Cersei on this one, but I just wanted to punch him in the face. He's so ugh. And then Tommen opens his stupid sheep mouth, and I also want to punch him in the face. Cersei's stubbornness and need to win proved to be a huge mistake. Go figure. Because now she's lost the right to trial by combat. So she's pretty much screwed. Oh, but wait, the creepy maester has a rumor about somebody. But which rumor is he talking about? Last I remember, she was asking about the High Sparrow and trying to dig up dirt on him. So have we got a weakness there? Is there something we don't know about the High Sparrow? I mean, I know he talked about being a man of flesh. I don't know, maybe he has a kid somewhere, something. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. I don't mind. I honestly don't have a horse in this race. All I care about is Marjorie, and she is too clever and cunning. She's gonna come out of this just fine. The next scene is another cute scene. Like, poor Tyrion. He's just trying so hard to get these people to loosen up. But it's Miss Sandy and it's Grey Worm, and who are like the most rigid people of ever. But they're finally giving in. There's like little cracks in their whatever. And she tells a joke and it's cute. And Grey Worm is like, oh, that's a bad joke. And she's like, gets all defensive. Like, you don't even know what a joke is. And he's like, oh, but that was the joke. I don't know. It was really cute. It was a nice moment. It was nice to see everybody enjoying themselves. But then it's ruined, of course, like any good moment ever in this show, by the slave masters who have come back to take what is theirs, I guess. They've come back with a vengeance and with a shit ton of boats. You can see the harpies on the sails and everything. Yeah, so that sucks. And then poor Jaime, he goes to see Edmure, and man, he just can't catch a break with this whole honor thing. Like Edmure just wasn't having it. It sucks because, I don't know, I feel like Jaime's really, really trying to turn over a new leaf, and he's finding it really hard. I mean, to be fair, these are his, like, arch nemesises and rivals, but still. Edmure hasn't seen his baby since the baby was born, which is also kind of sad. So Jaime tries to be legitimate and gets real with Edmure for a moment. I kind of felt that he had a shot to redeem himself by being really, really honest, but Jaime is not as tryhard as I am, and he threatens him instead. But, I mean, it works, because Edmure can definitely bank on the sincerity of the threat, so that's good. Edmure goes home, and we see just how loyal these Tully men are. It was really cool to see that, them being that loyal to their liege, whatever. But they are counting on their lord to join the fight, which he didn't, and you could see the disappointment in their face, which must have also sucked as a leader, because you kind of lose the respect of your men. But Jaime has good instincts, and he knew that he would do it for his baby. Okay, so the Blackfish really, really pissed me off in this next scene. I was literally yelling at my TV. Like, come the fuck on, dude. Why wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't you go north and help your niece? I don't know, man. If you're literally sitting there saying, oh, I have nothing to lose, then what do you have to lose? Just go over there. This is so stupid. Why did Brienne even waste her time coming here? Hashtag waste her time 2016. I was pissed. I still am, actually. Then cue the Lannister banners and the Lannister theme music. When Jaime called for the Blackfish, I kind of got a little excited, like, oh wait, maybe he's gonna send her to Sansa after all, or him to Sansa, because he's trying to be honorable and help Brienne out. But no, the old man died because no shit. So stupid. Such a waste on, ugh. So, at least I got a laugh out of Podrick trying to row the boat at the end. Honestly, could he roll any more slower? It's kind of funny. Then Marine is getting raped by these catapults. Everybody's panicking inside, but it's alright because Mama is back. That sounded weird. I didn't have many notes on this scene. I literally just typed, yes! The fight will be over soon. I mean, they have wooden ships. What are you gonna do? The only thing that might prolong it is that they don't want to destroy the ships because they need the ships. Either way, dragon fight! And this next scene made me feel really good because I called it. Beric and Thoros of Myr are back. Look, this is me calling it last week. Just saying. Nice man bun, by the way, Thoros. I thought it was kind of cute. Looks fitting. The man bun has made its way into Westeros this season. I'm digging it. I will say that they should definitely have encountered Lady Stoneheart by now. I mean, it's been a really long time since Catelyn was thrown into the river. So they didn't really allude to her. We didn't see her in sight. Unless they have her back home in that cave that they lived at, or wherever cave is their home base. And they're just waiting to see whether or not they can trust the Hound. I think this is the case, honestly. I think that they're just waiting it out. They might show, her silhouette at the end of the season, before they're just so they didn't really have to cast the actress. They're just gonna have, a cloaked lady or whatever, and it's gonna be us, yes, it's her. Or they're gonna wait till next season at all to bring it up. Hopefully the former. Oh yeah, the Hound's penis is in this scene, too. I think it's, the first episode that we've had. The only nudity that we see is male nudity, so you heard it here first, folks. Game of Thrones is not discriminating of which genitalia they show. But, yeah, whatever. Okay, and finally, the scene that I was most excited for, okay. It's sad about Lady Crane. It really is, because she was starting to grow on me as a character. But that was obvious. I mean, her name was spoken. They had to she had to go. Then this fighting scene that I was so looking forward to turns out to be a lot of running, just running away, and probably the longest and most slapstick funny fall of all time. Like, how many fucking fruit baskets are on this street that you can possibly trip over before gravity kicks in? I'm pretty sure this is the exact same scene from Aladdin. I don't know, it's stupid. It was just laughable. Arya then leads her off away from the public eye, and so she pulls that needle, and I'm just like, yes, it's happening. And we get robbed. Oh, it was the worst feeling in the world. We all got robbed of a showdown fight. I'm just mad. I'm still mad about it. I was really looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be a good scene. But we did get a good shot of the man ripping another man's face off this episode, so that was cool. Either way, a face is added to the wall, and Arya is going to be heading west, and back to her family. I don't know where she's going to go first. She'll probably wind up in King's Landing, because that's just how boats work in this world. I doubt that she would go to any of the other ports. So that's where she'll go first. She'll be in the middle of all of that nonsense. I don't know what she's going to run into. We'll speculate more on that next time. The preview for next episode showed Jon's army getting their ass kicked, which hopefully means the opposite will actually be happening in the episode. It'd be stupid if they brought Jon Snow back just to kill him the same season, and then I don't know. Like, if this is the culmination of him being brought back, then it really didn't make sense to bring him back, if that makes sense. Not to mention, they've been building up all this hatred for Ramsay, which is kind of what they did with Joffrey. I mean, the season before he died, it was like, he was just doing all these horrible things, and then, which made it more satisfying to the viewers when he died. And I think that Ramsay has reached his peak of people being able to hate him. Like, I don't think there's much more he can do that would make us hate him more as an audience. So it would make sense to kill him now. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. The Battle of the Bastards. It has such a good ring to it. Should be good. Anyway, these were just some of my theories and musings and thoughts on this most recent episode. I hope that you found it informative. If not, at the very least, it was a little relatable. So see you next episode, or next week for the penultimate episode of the season. Dun dun dun. Should be fun. So yeah, see you then. Bye.